Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sonia.
And I'm Simon. We'll be covering several key stories in today's episode.
Let's start with SpaceX's planned initial public offering. Sources say the company is targeting a valuation of $1.75 trillion.
That's a staggering number. How much does SpaceX plan to raise through this IPO?
According to the reports, SpaceX aims to raise at least $75 billion by selling new shares. This would make it the largest IPO ever.
What does this mean for Elon Musk, who is already the world's richest person?
The article suggests that this move could potentially make Musk the first trillionaire. The IPO is expected to give investors a chance to buy into Musk's vision for space exploration and technology.
That's quite a prospect. Are there any details on how the shares will be priced?
The reporting indicates that SpaceX plans to sell 555.6 million shares at a target price of $135 per share.
So, what's driving this massive valuation? Is it just the IPO, or are there other factors at play?
The articles highlight that SpaceX's advancements in space technology and its ambitious projects are likely contributing to its high valuation. Investors are betting on the company's future growth and success in the space industry.
That's interesting. Let's move on to another story. The U.S. is planning to impose additional tariffs on several major trading partners following a probe into forced labor.
That's right. The Trump administration is proposing tariffs of 10% or more on products from dozens of countries, including Canada, Mexico, the European Union, and China.
What's the reasoning behind these tariffs?
The U.S. Trade Representative's report alleges that these countries have failed to enforce bans on forced labor. The proposed tariffs are intended to pressure these economies to address the issue.
How does India fit into this picture?
India is among the countries that would face additional tariffs. However, the reporting notes that India is engaged in discussions with the U.S. regarding these Section 301 proceedings and is also working towards finalizing a bilateral trade framework agreement.
Speaking of India and the U.S. trade talks, what's the current status of their negotiations?
The Ministry of Commerce and Industry says India remains engaged with the U.S. on the proposed tariff measures under Section 301 proceedings. Simultaneously, both countries are working towards finalizing a bilateral trade framework agreement.
How significant are these talks for India's trade relations with the U.S.?
The articles indicate that these negotiations are crucial, as they could impact India's trade policies and its relations with the U.S. India disputes the allegations of not prohibiting goods made with forced labor and is seeking resolution within these trade talks.
Let's shift to another story. There's been some controversy surrounding the Reserve Bank of India's gold holdings. What happened?
Reports emerged claiming that the RBI sold gold worth $12 billion to shore up India's foreign exchange reserves. However, the government and the finance ministry sources have denied these reports.
What was the context behind these reports?
The reports allegedly surfaced amid geopolitical tensions in West Asia and concerns about India's foreign exchange reserves. The news agency claimed that the central bank sold gold over a 2-week period ending May 22.
How did the government respond to these claims?
The finance ministry sources described the reports as fake and incorrect. They clarified that there was no such sale of gold by the RBI to protect the country's foreign exchange reserves.
Let's discuss a more positive story. Macy's reported its 4th consecutive quarter of comparable sales gains. What does this indicate?
Macy's attributed its success to an overhaul of its merchandise and improved customer service. The department store has raised its annual outlook following these positive results.
That's a significant turnaround. How have investors reacted to this news?
Shares of Macy's dipped less than 1% in midday trading after the company raised its outlook. The reporting suggests that investors are cautiously optimistic about the company's future performance.
What are the key factors driving Macy's sales growth?
According to the articles, Macy's focus on luxury brands and its efforts to attract affluent shoppers have contributed to its sales gains. The company is also working on strategic brand expansion.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that there are significant developments across various sectors.
Indeed, from SpaceX's ambitious IPO to trade tensions and corporate earnings, there's a lot to keep an eye on.
That's all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in.
Goodbye, and see you later.